Hey, thanks for coming by Tori Magoo 44. It is the 15th.
If you say so.
It's Tuesday, the 15th of November, 2011. I am with the infamous Mark Bunker Wise Beardman.
That would be me.
That would be him. And I'm going to just ask him a few questions about what's going on. Everybody's been asking me, how are you? So why don't you tell them how you are?
I am fine, thank you.
Come on.
Thanks for asking. No, I'm fine. I'm very excited. We're almost finished shooting all of the interviews for my movie Knowledge Report. We still have to interview Tori. It's a key interview that has to get done. We've got some other people from around the area too, like Graham Barry and Jason Begay, that will be sitting down and interviewing still. And I've been traveling around the country and have gathered so many interviews. I'm not sure how I'm going to pack all this stuff into a film, but I will. And we'll have, I've been releasing little snippets of the interviews just to give you a flavor of what folks have been talking about. But then we'll have extended interviews from all of these people online when the film is finished too.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Yeah, unlike if you're talking to the BBC and they put together a show, you never see any of that footage again. Well, in this case, we're going to have this big archive of interviews from
that's good.
all aspects of the Scientology issue.
That will be fabulous, because you've kind of covered all kinds of different aspects, from international management on down, right?
Right. I've talked to a lot of people who consider themselves independent Scientologists. I've talked to, Mike Rinder, and I've talked to people like Jerry Armstrong, and Paulette Cooper was nice enough to sit down and do an interview, and Hannah Whitfield, and Ford Green, and oh my heavens, the list goes on and on and on. And everybody has been incredibly gracious, and they've had some really fascinating stories to tell, and they keep coming. I get more people all the time contacting me and say, I want to tell my story. So that's exciting. I say I'm just about finished with the interviews. I've done more than 30 already. But then people keep contacting me to say, well, this happened to me, or this is my story, and it's like, well, how can I not talk about this?
Right.
So the nice thing is, we're getting her done, and I think we're going to have an incredibly exciting film at the end of this.
I'm so excited. When do you have any clue on when it might come out?
I'm going to have it rough cut in the spring, and what I'm shooting for now, and next fall is when The Master comes out. Perfect. This is the new film with Philip Seymour Hoffman playing L. Ron Hubbard type. So it'd be nice to have a finished film
the real Dr.
around the same time that comes out next fall. So,
I
mean, that's what I'm aiming for.
Excellent.
I know there are a lot of people who are impatient saying, we want to see it now. Well, I wish I could show it to you now, but there's still more work to be done and a lot of exciting things to be added to the film. So.
Well, I know everyone has loved the little snippets that you've put up of the interviews. I hear it all the time, and they're really good.
Not everyone.
Really?
I have a new hate page against me from Scientology, and I haven't had one in years. So I'm very excited about this because Tori, they've been saying nasty things about you for years now, but they used to have a page about me on what was the precursor to Religious Freedom Watch. I think I may have been on there for a while. But they used to have the Scientology Parishioners League. And they had a website. And they had
that's what I started.
Yeah, you did?
Yeah, I was the executive director.
I'm not blaming it.
Not that I wanted to. Just to correct this, I didn't want to. The vice president of the Church of Scientology invited me over just for advice on my volunteering. And another guy that was a writer was going to run it. And then after hearing all the stuff we'd all done, she said, you're the executive director. And I said, I don't want to be. And she said, that doesn't matter. You're it. We need you. And it was like, ah. So anyway, I was on it. Handle all, and this is kind of funny. It just froze the thing. This was kind of funny because we were supposed to handle all. It's freezing.
Yeah. Ooh, Scientology's in my computer. Look at that. That's weird, huh? I said black PR and it freezes. Anyway, we were supposed to handle all the black PR.
Freezing.
That could have been it.
and bad information on L. Ron Hubbard. Said there's something, she told me that night, she said, this is what we need you to handle, and it was a thing on cults. In the middle of it was David Miscavige
in the Church of Scientology, and I said, what? I was like a public, right? And she's like, we want it off tonight. Got 24 hours to get it off. And Joel Phillips was working for me, and who's now running, he says, the Scientology Religious Freedom Watch, which I'm sure he is and OSA is, but he says he is. And Joel, I highly recommend, I've told you before, get out of it, because they'll use you. If legal comes down, your head's on a pike. That's how it works. But anyway, so we ended up, in 24 hours, we got it off. Now, whether their attorneys actually did it behind the scenes, I have no idea. And the second one was one where they were going to wipe the South Park was going to do a thing with MTV where they were going to wipe their asses with the Dianetics book.
Yeah.
And they said, get it off, it's our religious tenets. So I'm calling the day of MTV. I mean, it was unbelievable. And I'm like, I have to talk to the director. And Anyway, long story short, they changed it to the testing, the personality test. So they took it as a little in. I mean, it was funny. The South Park thing was funny.
Well, at any rate,
soon after I left.
My old DA page disappeared years ago, and it came down at the same time that Bob and Stacy's web pages came down. And so I've always assumed that there was some sort of deal struck that included me. But I never, Bob said no. I believe, Stacy said no, and I believe that Rinder and Rathbun have said no deal that we know of. But for whatever reason, my old DA page went down, and they haven't really said anything about me until I made the post on Marty's website that I had set up the blog that he uses now for him, and I think that really pissed them off. Yeah, it seems like they're really concentrating on Rinder and Rathbun now, because the one group of people who Scientology still has a hold of, they're desperately trying to keep them in. This is harder and harder to recruit, so I think they're just focusing all their attentions on Rathbun and Rinder, and now I have kind of entered that little field, their little focus of their intentions. So they've posted a rather colorful page about me on one of the anti-Marty websites.
Yeah, you finally joined a group.
I do what I can.
He do what he can. Well, congratulations. Let me be the first to say congratulations.
Thank you.
So now I know Mark has told me personally he very much feels incredibly moved at how many people have helped support the movie and supported you.
Yeah,
and
absolutely.
you're almost there. I mean, what we figured it out. He's got like 24 hours, 2 days, or 50 hours.
This is for the latest campaign.
For the latest campaign,
right.
We've got 50 hours.
So we're trying to raise another $10,000 in this latest campaign to finish up the travel, and this is going to help me make it to Australia, which I've been trying to do now, because Senator Xenophon has agreed to do an interview. Great. And there are a number of people there that I'd love to interview.
Yeah.
So we are, about 2 days away from the end of this fundraising thing, and we're about $2,400 short from that. So in the next couple of days, if we can make that money, that will mean that it'll make it a little bit easier to get the rest of these interviews done.
And I kind of figured it out just a little bit. Like if 2 people did it, it'd be $1,200. If 4 people did it, it'd be $600. If 10 people did it, it'd be $240. If 20 did it, it'd be $120, and on down. So you can if everybody kind of chipped in, that'd do it in the next 2 days. So, and I know you hate to do it, so I did it. There you go.
Thank you. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Anyway, I'm excited by all of the support that people have shown me all along. And I continue to love reading all the comments about the clips and the fact that people are really looking forward to seeing the film too. I mean, that's terribly exciting.
It is. So good job. And is there anything else you want to say before we end up?
It's fun to be on camera.
Oh God! Don't do the Mark Bunker weird thing.
Sorry.
Anyway.
No, I didn't want to say that. No.
Okay.
No, I don't think it. No. Xenu TV is down right now, but it will be back. I'm sure.
It'll be back.
It's just a technical glitch, I'm sure.
So as you can see, he's doing well,
Or an
except that he's
attack.
doing his weird faces. But besides that, stop it! All right. So love you guys. Thank you all for what you're doing. Please keep doing it. It's definitely making a difference. And from both of us, peace out.
Bye.
Ciao.